Froggy.
Can you guys hear me?
Can you hear Froggy?
They say they can hear your mouse clicks. Can you guys hear me? I don't think so. They say it's very quiet. Technical difficulties. We'll get this. I think you probably have to turn it up somewhere else.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We could always move it to public voice if there's issues. I doesn't sound like it. Yeah, let's just move it and share screen.
Denpa, can you hear me now? All right, so we experienced some technical difficulties. We'll start back over from scratch. You hear me now? Okay, perfect. I'm hearing that feedback's going through. So we'll start back at the table of contents here. We're going to give a data overview, a platform and feature overview. Then we'll move into our research update, followed by operational update. Pop in and give you an update over the partnerships and friends we've been networking with within the industry with other protocols and the events that we've been to over the last 2 months and that we'll be going to in the coming months. And then Froggy will end us off with where our focus is at currently in development and research. Froggy, if you'd like to pick it up and take over for platform updates.
Thanks, Quinn. Over the past couple of months, we have seen a nice increase of volume across Arbitrum, Mainnet, and Phantom, with Phantom seeing the highest increase in volume, as well as an increase from 0 to 1 from Optimism as we launched that market last week. And we are seeing users begin to use that market and take advantage of the significant returns from liquidity mining. Moving on to platform and feature overview. Like I just mentioned, we launched on Optimism last week. but we also launched the OP-USDC market for the first time on Optimism. So now you can trade Optimism tokens. I encourage you to take a look at that. The market is quite active. Otherwise, we have further polished the UI. If you're a user of the site, you'll have noticed that the pools page has been updated to give more information at a glance before you dive into a specific pool. A similar update has been given to the token dropdown when you're selecting a token, so you can know about the specific returns of the pool or the option you're trading. We've also updated swaps across the site, so no matter where you're swapping from, whether you're swapping from a token to a token in the swap pop-up, or you're swapping from a token to deposit into a pool, or you're swapping from a token to purchase an option, that swap will always be routed through the best price DEX on whatever chain you're on now. We use 0x for this on all chains except for Arbitrum, and on Arbitrum we use Paraswap for this. We'll use 0x after the release of Arbitrum Nitro next month. Up the same vein, we have released Socket.tech bridge integration. So if you go to our swap and bridge modal, you could go to the bridge tab, and this will allow you to easily swap from any token on any chain to any other token on any chain, meaning you could swap from ETH on mainnet to ETH on Arbitrum, and it'll automatically find you the best price DEX to facilitate that bridge. Or if you'd like to, you could swap from USDC on Arbitrum to ETH on mainnet, and it will facilitate, the best price bridge and then the best price swap, or vice versa. So we're very happy about this tool. Our users have given us great feedback, but we encourage you to continue to give us feedback in the Discord as you use these new features. Upcoming, we've also got the Vaults page coming with an integration with Knox Vaults. We're very excited about that. This will allow our users to deposit into DeFi option vaults, where they can either underwrite options, or if they'd want to, they can bid on the options being sold by those vaults. And then finally, we're also finalizing things with the Premia upgrade. The contracts are completed, and now we are just working on finalizing the front end updates now, and the pre-release pipeline for that feature. So that will be coming very soon. Moving on to research. As mentioned many times publicly and probably on this call, is our focus is mostly entirely on V3 these days. We're very excited about the implications of what V3 makes possible for options in DeFi. And so we are spending almost all of our time making sure that this is as good as it can possibly be. This means we're currently driving home the pricing invariant, this is how we price the options on the exchange, similar to Uniswap's X times Y equals K invariant. We've got something for our own exchange, which allows to automatically price these options on an AMM. And we're doing back tests on this using arbitrage agents, miscellaneous testing, and simulations to ensure that the pricing is as good as it can be for both traders, LPs, and the protocol. We're also working on improvements to the accounting architecture. Recently, we've made a breakthrough in the design of the liquidity provisioning. And so we're very excited to bring this to market soon and to share our research with others, because we believe it is game-changing specifically for options in DeFi. We'll be releasing some technical teasers soon, along with the white paper after that, and some follow-up leading up to V3 release. Operationally, we've got some updates as well. As you know, we've been in a bit of a bear market over the past couple of months, which has actually been very refreshing and good for the recruiting of great talent at Premia. Prior in the heat of the bull market, developers, etc., were getting many offers with insanely high asks from a bunch of different companies that were never going to survive. And now that a lot of the filth has been rinsed out of the space, there are a lot of developers that are available and accepting a lot more reasonable offers. And so we're very excited to say that we're getting great talent during this downturn. We're also working on continued increasing the levels of compliance and transparency across the organization. Specifically, the entire Premia team should be well aware that we've increased transparency such that anyone across the organization should know what everyone else is working on in the organization, and we have a much more cohesive process of sharing things across teams and shipping new features, etc. And we're gonna continue to work on this, as well as our operational infrastructure, the reliability of such, the bank accounts required to keep all of these companies running, the legal counsel to make sure that everything is above board, and anything miscellaneous operationally that needs to be done. Make sure we do that at the highest degree possible. So I'm going to pass things over to Coin to talk about our events and partnerships over the past month before I finish things out.
Thank you, Froggy. So we've been to a few events, which I'll touch on at the end of my slide, and we have a few planned for the upcoming months. But I'd like to touch on the friends that we've been making at other protocols, partnerships that we're looking forward to making, and that we've already made since the last community call. While we were in Paris, we had a chance to meet with Frax, Layer Zero, Redacted, Y2K, CVI, and Vesta. With Frax, we're really interested in FraxSwap and FraxLend, and have been discussing what it would look like to have maybe a Premia gauge on one of those platforms. Layer Zero, it was mentioned in general. Someone was asking about aggregated liquidity across chains, and doing different interesting things to be able to kind of unify the liquidity that we have on all of the different networks where Premia is present. And that's exactly kind of what we're talking though about. So I don't want to give too many details or leak too much alpha, but Lumio has been hard at work working on different solutions that could be very promising for unifying the architecture cross-chain. Talking with Redacted and Y2K, or the New Order guys, about some of their new products that are coming out at Y2K with their exotic pegged assets markets, stablecoin options and things of that nature, or assets that are pegged to other assets, are really interesting to them. And having a options platform to partner with is something that also interests them a great deal. So we spent some time speaking with them and got to meet them in person while we were out in France, and kind of look forward to where those discussions will continue to move. We had a chance to meet up with Crypto Volatility Index again. We spoke with them months ago about integrating our data, and they were really excited about that. They had actually approached us. So we got to follow up with them there, and we're going to reconnect and start revamping those conversations now that they've gotten through their V2 upgrade. We got to meet with some of the Vesta team once again. Spoke with them more on what Premia would look like as collateral on Vesta, and other ways we could potentially work with them as we move into our new architecture with V3. Froggy mentioned Knox Vaults just in the last slide, but I wanted to bring them up again because they're nearing their launch, which is pretty exciting for us because we'll be able to offer vaults directly on the platform for you all. And there are pretty promising UIs that there's pretty promising APYs, APRs that they found through their back tests. So it's pretty exciting to see that come to light very soon for everyone on the Premia platform. Vaults Pro as well. I've been following and keeping in touch with them closely. They're making great strides forward on the technical side, development side, and the UI just looks absolutely stunning. The demo page is not up, but I'm going to talk to that team and see if I can get something that I can share with our community, so you can kind of see what it looks like running through that app, and kind of what the vaults will look like for people that are looking to create and manage their own vaults, or manage vaults for a group. Moving on to Swivel, I met with them yesterday. If you're not familiar with their product, they do fixed rate loans, but they have a new product coming out that is an aggregator. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't know how much of it is public yet on their end, but very interesting to us, and they're interested in seeing how we could potentially work with them on the fixed rate loan side with some products that we're thinking about for Premia, as well as with the aggregator that they're building. Velodrome, as everyone knows, they're kind of the main DEX that's over on Optimism right now. Been doing a lot of volume and align with us on a lot of different things, given they're pretty community focused, a grassroots platform. And so what we've been talking to them about is there's already a pool there. Someone went ahead and added Premia there, but adding some more liquidity so that not only can people trade there, but we'd like to work a bit more closely and see how we can incentivize the Premia platform, Premia pools, and such a little bit more with what they've been doing with the Optimism team as well as their own project and platform. Socket Premia Froggy also touched on a bit, but Socket is great tech in my opinion. There's a lot of kind of hidden features to it that are under the hood that make it really exciting for me myself. One of those things is their bridge and swap feature that they have, where there's not enough liquidity for an asset on one side. They will do a swap during the bridge to make sure that you get the best price, and that route is able to be fulfilled for the asset you're looking for, which has helped a ton of times when bridging stable coins to different networks to try out different platforms, and there just wasn't liquidity, let's say, for DAI on a platform, or not liquidity for MIM back when MIM was taking off. And something like Socket at that time would have been very useful. So we're really excited to have them integrated into the platform and give that functionality to our users. Optimism, outside of launching on Optimism, we have a chat set up with them, and we're currently discussing different ways that we could possibly work with them, and through Pool or through other initiatives that we could start in together to really try to push adoption of options in general on Optimism and bring more attention to the Optimism ecosystem. And then Arbitrum. We've been on Arbitrum for a little while, so some may be wondering why we have Arbitrum on here. But Arbitrum Nitro is coming up. We're looking forward to listing new Arbitrum tokens, discussing with them, what types of how's the best way to put it? What other ways we can work together as they continue to develop as a layer 2, and that gets us pretty excited because Arbitrum is our is kind of our L2 home at the moment. So on to events. We just got back from Paris at ECC. Myself, Carlos, DK went out there. We had a lot of great meetings, networked with a lot of protocols, and I think accomplished a lot. I mean, as you can see, just given through this list, pretty much the whole first left side are people that we got to meet with and chat with in person there. We'll be going to Messari in New York coming up at the end of September, and there will be a few of us that will be attending Token 2049 in Singapore. So as always, if anyone's in the area for those events, shoot me a DM, get in touch. We'd love to meet up and chat with you all. So passing it back to Froggy, and he will wrap us up on where our focus is currently at.
Yeah, thanks, Gwen. So, of course, we just want to, drive this home. Currently, our focus is on shipping V3. That is of utmost importance to us. In fact, we've actually planned work retreat, get together, whatever you want to call it, for the research team over, very soon, so they can get together for 10 days, lock each other in an Airbnb or something, right? And finish whatever is remaining for the research and the white paper, etc. So we're very much excited about this and about rounding the corner here. And we think that, the next coming weeks will be very fruitful for V3 and finalizing some of the remaining details therein. Similarly, we've been re-examining tokenomics over the past couple of months. You guys have seen the vPremia proposals, probably the article as well. And very soon that will be released and you guys will be able to use it and take advantage of the improved tokenomics. We're very excited about that. In addition to this, we'll be releasing some proposals, in the coming months, leading up to V3, about updated emission schedule and allocation of tokens, the Premia tokens. So we're excited about this and about working with the community to kind of finalize things and work towards a very sustainable revenue generation machine within Premia. And then finally, we are considering the benefits of a strategic round from top market makers, institutions, et cetera, in the space. We believe that there is an opportunity here to align incentives between market makers, institutions that want to get into options in DeFi, as well as the platforms that are providing that experience. And so if this is you, feel free to reach out to us. And we're kind of, building our Rolodex now, and we'll be thinking about next steps in the near future. I encourage anyone who's on this call to come join us in the Discord for the community call. There's a channel called Community Call Questions. Come list any questions that you might have, and we'll have an AMA now answering those questions. Otherwise, thank you for joining us on this call today. That's it, and we'll see you guys in a couple months.